specifically for you. We've talked about it a couple of times, or I've mentioned it. It just has to do with entry, and my idea about not having to print every time we have a change. I think it's obviously beneficial, time-wise. The entries, we still have to enter the stock, but the printing, it wastes ink, it wastes paper, and especially when the guys have to constantly cross off the products each time that we do that, then I think this is potentially a better system. But I do need your input, because you might have some reasons why it might not work. So we've just got an order through from Corey. It's 307 on Saturday. Let's have a look at it. Let's see if I can use it as an example. It's for 1 bath. Alright, that's fine. So let's run through what I do. So I see this come through, mate, and I've got a search function where I can search that very easily and enable content. Alright, so I'm just going to open this up. I'm going to make it a bit bigger. It's a bit small. I've got a pretty big screen. So, alright, so what I do at this point is I have this open, and then I open a stock list here, and I go to my entries, and I either copy and paste depending how much there is, or I type it in. I haven't got the valid function in there like you do at the moment. I probably will add that, but anyway. But at the moment, so we add quantity sold, invoice number, and I also have a date required, which is April. I have this because I add this to bath application. So from here, I actually copy this and paste this over into my allocations list over here, which I've now kind of separated a bit with color code, just to make it easier to read. There's the border in color to tie it in nicely. Actually, sorry, that's just white. Yep, and I save that. So from here, when you think about it, I've entered this now. It's done, and this speaks to the stock levels, and it's the same as yours. So I guess the question here is, why do I now need to print this? So I enter my M here, and what I do is I actually do this, and I color it, and I print it to a PDF, and then I use my software and I print it to the printer. However, what if they change it later? What if they decide, I want to change to an A123A? So if they did that, you know how it works. They'll change this, or well, that's not really how they do it. The guys would read this out, and then they'd add another one in, A123A. Just left the formulas in there. That's pretty naughty. Anyway, I'll duplicate that. I've got the right. I'll just get rid of the color, and so on and so forth. And I'll duplicate that and duplicate that. Same price, and then green that in. So, and then delete one, add one, etc. So, and then minus 1 plus 1. So money's the same, etc. So what I do, excuse me, what I do is if there's a change like this, instead of going to the next entry in the registry, if I was another 100 entries down, because I record the invoice number, I do a find on the invoice number, go back, and I would change this. I would change this to an A, just like that, and then highlight it in yellow, for a change on the actual entries. And you'll see here, if you go up to this, you see here this is a whole invoice here. I only make one reference at the top, until all the way down to the bottom. And if there's any gaps, I'll leave that as well, because I immediately I copy and paste it neatly over from here to here, and just paste values. And so if there's changes, I can just kind of copy and paste over the top, or the quantities as well. So this is virtually here a copy of this. Just kind of to make it easier. It's probably not quite as neat, but yeah, it's virtually just entering the invoices over here exactly as they are here. So the concept, the idea that I've got is that now that this has changed. Let's just get rid of this. So this can be changed as many times. It could be changed 10 times. I mean, we don't want that, but it could be. The changes, as the changes come through to orders, we can change them on here, and even when things get delivered, that's fine, because what happens is Todd creates delivery docket 1, delivery docket 2, delivery docket 3, etc. So quickly showing you that, if I excuse me, if that's the current, and I just unlock this, come on, there we go, admin 123 exclamation, quantity 1 delivered on whatever date, just doesn't matter, 30th of the 2nd, that date doesn't actually exist in whatever, 15th of the 3rd, so remaining 0, and going back to invoice, remaining 0. So and let's say the customer then changed this, we get rid of those changes, and then and then they added they added a toilet, and they added a whatever, they added a toilet holder. That's fine. Get rid of those formulas, how it is, add the green, etc., and then it goes back to remaining 2. So as long as there's delivery docket 1, we can see there's still those 2 remaining, and then delivery docket 2, someone they add more money to the delivery because there's a toilet going and stuff, so they jack that up to 320. And then delivery docket 2, and we just need to unlock that now as well. Admin 123 exclamation, and then they create a second delivery docket here, deliver 2 and 2, on the 4th of the 4th or something. So all the information's here. So we've got, that hasn't got the money, but that's fine. We can add that. That's just formulas. But the point is that they can, staff can make as many changes as they like, and as long as they send it through to orders, we will process it on the soft copy that comes through. So when the soft copy comes through on email, I open that up, and then I go to my find, and then I open up the actual soft copy. I see what's going on, I enter it from that, and then so on and so forth. We also don't really need to update the payments necessarily. Certainly the payment receipts will come through, and I suppose the FPOS entries need to be entered naturally, because that's all part of the taxation. But like I said, it all comes through on payment receipts. So so what I'm getting at is we're just trying to eliminate the print and reprint and reprint and reprint. Until essentially the last stage, and the last stage being when the final delivery docket is completed, and Todd or whoever it is sends through that final email saying, where's my drafts, saying final, all right? So pick up final or delivery docket final, whatever it is. It's at that point that they can then print that final invoice. So if this using this one as an example, if the 4th of the 4th was the final date, and they paid the balance of 3119 on the invoice one there, correct, credit card, etc. That's fine. Then once they create that delivery docket comes through. It's at that last step that the Warehouse prints off a copy of the invoice at the same time in finality. So just an idea, trying to eliminate all the extra manual paperwork, mate. Have a think, see what you think. I think it can work, but you might have some other ideas, I guess, about other problems